Good afternoon. It is about 1:41 in Belton, Texas. My name is Natalie Galligan, and here is my host, Daniel Chiquito.
What's up, guys?
So, we are going to be talking about dating. Woohoo! It's not too late to date. We're going to teach you how to put yourself out there and motivate you to get up and do it. So, let's make this happen. Also, by the way, if you did not know this, Daniel Chiquito is my boyfriend. So let's kind of start off of how we met, Daniel. How did we meet and when?
Well, it was in high school, our senior year, towards the end. We started off talking in math class, in tutoring, after school. We weren't that good at math, as you can tell. We went to tutoring a lot.
Yeah, no, we were not good at math at all.
So we started off just asking each other, hey, what'd you get on the test? Or are you going to tutoring today after school? And it just kind of...
It was just little forms of communication.
Yeah.
Right?
It was just like kind of back and forth. And then after a while, we exchanged numbers. We started texting. And then one day I asked her if she wanted to go to Chick-fil-A.
Oh, yeah. Love food. So I did go, if anybody's wondering.
And I remember that day. It was raining hard. And we ate Chick-fil-A. We just talked about our lives, what we want to do in our future. And I kind of had a little crush on her, I'm not going to lie. I didn't want to say anything, but I can't put it into words. I just felt
like things were right.
Yeah, like things were right. So then I dropped her off. I wanted to tell her so bad, but I didn't. I waited. So we kept on texting. We saw each other after class. We walked each other to class. And then one day I told her that I needed to tell her something.
Yeah, he actually texted me, hey, I need to tell you something. And Daniel tells me, never mind, that was my friend texting you, sorry. So I'm sitting in my theater class like an absolute idiot thinking, oh my gosh, what am I doing with this boy? He is just a player. And I walk out, and Daniel, feel free to tell the rest of the story.
So I got out of class, and then as soon as I see her, she has this smile on her face, and I'm like, oh my gosh, she's going to ask me what I was going to say. And I really didn't want to tell her, but then I was like, you know what, might as well. I have nothing to lose, except for my pride. So I told her, hey, I like you. I think I really like you. And then after I said that, she immediately said, shut up. You're lying.
I thought he was kidding. For that second, I was like, wait, what? Someone likes me. What? You know, I am 18 years old, never had a boyfriend in my life before. Sure, I've talked to boys, but they've never been something that I'm like obsessing over or making sure that it's a priority, you know. So this idea of someone actually having feelings for me and me wanting to say, you know what, I like you back was never true. Not a thing for me in the past. But when he told me that, what did I tell you?
You said that you were scared and that you were kind of iffy about it. But I could tell that you really liked me. And
oh, he could tell, yeah.
Yeah, I knew. I knew by the look in your eye.
So, from there, let's go on with, that's kind of the topic where I'm saying it's not too late to date. I am a senior in high school, was at the moment, at that point. And what did you think? Like, I'd never had a boyfriend before. You know, what did you think about that? Did you think that it was bad that I never had a boyfriend before? Or what was it? Because I know there's people out there that feel like, oh, I've never dated before. It's never been a real thing. They might be insecure about what others might think. What did you think? Tell us that.
What did I think about you not having a boyfriend?
Yeah, about me not really having any experience with a boy or just not having a boyfriend, of course, in a Christian manner.
Well, at first I didn't know that, but when you told me that, I was kind of like shocked, like, wow, like she's never had a boyfriend before? Like, I was kind of shocked because, like, I would imagine you so pretty, like, how could you not? Like, when you told me that, I was like, wait, she's lying.
Thank you.
Like, I didn't believe it, but then I was like, okay, I'm her first boyfriend. This is gonna be the best time of her life.
Well, that's good to know because I know a bunch of girls out there, guys too, who've never had, let's not just be sexist, guys too, don't you have buddies that have not really gone out and dated before and they get nervous and insecure, right? And it's kind of like, what do I do? I've never been through this, but it's okay, It's okay for you to not have any experience. You don't need to be a pro at this because we all got to start somewhere. Am I right?
Yeah, that's true. I have a friend who's never actually dated a girl. He's just liked a lot of girls. And he feels like he has to have a girlfriend. He tries to force himself to get into a relationship when I think you shouldn't force relationships. They just happen. Like
it should just come naturally.
Yeah, it comes naturally.
You don't look for it; it will come to you.
Yeah, love will come to you.
If God provides it, then it's there.
Yeah.
But don't force anything.
Yeah.
And I do know that friend. I know exactly who you're speaking about. I think that is very common in the world, maybe not just in our age. We are 18-year-olds, freshmen in college, I think everybody kind of coming to college felt like, I need to get in a relationship. I'm going to meet the love of my life here. But that's not true. You will meet the love of your life anywhere. It could be after college, It could be during college. You never know what will happen. So don't be discouraged, right?
Yeah.
And
keep your hopes up. Don't go looking for love. Love will find you.
Correct. So it's not too late to date. And, being in a relationship has been great. It's been bad, sad, funny, frustrating, a lot of happiness. But being together with a person and getting to live this life with him, like him getting a little bit of my world and I'm getting a little bit of his, it's put us together and united us as one, right? Yeah. So my next point is how to put yourself out there. So let's give some tips to the ladies and the men. What do you think, not just being college students, but adults too? Like, there's adults that are 40, 30, 50, 60, maybe older. Look at my grandpa. He is 60 years old and just remarried, looking for a woman. What could they do to put themselves out there? What do you think? What do you recommend?
Well, I think for a college student, to put yourself out there, you should go to events, go to football games, go to plays, just go out and try and make new friends, be social.
Yeah, like engage with other people, right?
Yeah, like, or in the classroom, if you like someone but you don't know if they like you.
Like finding them attractive.
Yeah, like, you will never know if they like you if you never go up to them and talk to them, or just ask them a simple question like, hey, did you do the homework? Or, hey, what did you get on this test?
Exactly. Like, little conversations matter. And, sometimes it's something as little as hello that you can get to know a person so well just by that. And maybe you all will end up being really good friends, or it will be leading to a relationship. You know, relationships don't just happen like that, obviously. You have to start off as friends and have a good friendship. And if someone likes you, you know, why not? Test the waters. So how about, instead of just saying college students, because college students, you know, we go out of our dorms, we speak to each other. Hey, you got to be social. And if you're not social, you can't really expect for somebody to just, you know, pop up and be like, let's date.
Yeah.
You got to put the effort in, correct?
Yeah, you have to.
So, especially if it's going to be a good relationship, you want to know who the person is. Now, exclude college relationships. Let's talk about the older people, like professors or people in the work job, you know, that are so busy with this and work. How do you think they could meet somebody? How would they find time for that?
Well, getting to know people in your work area would be a great idea, I would say. I know that some places say not to have relationships with your workers, like co-workers.
Like an intimate relationship.
Yeah, like an intimate relationship.
Right.
But love is love, and if you find someone you really like or
think that could hit it off with?
Yeah. Like, I think that should be okay. And also, getting to know people that work with you will be good for you, because you'll make friendships that might last forever, might not. You never know.
Right. So, you know, I kind of have an example like this. Not for me necessarily, but my grandpa. He's works in a corporate law firm, and, you know, his first wife, my grandma, passed away a long time ago. And it's not even, you know, just a connection with having somebody that you could date in your work area, but maybe they know somebody else that they could set you up with. Like the story of them, you know, my grandpa was talking to one of his lawyers in the firm, and, you know, the lawyer told my grandpa, hey, you should really meet my mom. She's single. Her husband and her, I think, I don't really remember what happened, but they were about the same age, and they, you know, interacted. I think they went to have dinner. They talked it out. So they met through somebody else. And that can always happen, don't you think? Like, that, it's just a matter of going out and putting yourself. So put yourself out there. Don't be afraid. It is okay to go and talk. That's how you're obviously going to meet somebody. With that being said, my next point is to motivate you to get up and do it. How are we going to do it is a big question. Daniel, so what do you think could motivate people, not just college students, but other people too, you know, older than us or whatever, to get up and do it and make this happen?
I think, for me, what I would do, my advice would be dress nice, but dress appropriate for wherever you're going. Be social to everyone. Even though it might seem awkward to talk to people you've never seen, never met in your life.
Right, it might feel a little awkward and a little uncomfortable, but they do say you gotta put yourself out there in uncomfortable situations to make things comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
So I totally agree with you on that advice. If there's an event going on,
go to the event. Maybe bring a friend so you're not super uncomfortable.
Right. I agree. Bring a friend. Maybe they can help you mingle a little bit, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, one of our main points was don't look for love, let love come to you. So I don't want this to look like we're, you know, making that, you know, what we said false, which don't look for love. That's not what we're telling you to do.
Yeah,
don't go to a man thing and say, this is where I'm going to find the love of my life. We're just saying, you know, this is a good way to find friendships, and maybe when you find a friendship, they can end up as something more later in the future.
Yes.
So
I agree with that.
Don't look for love. Yes, we're not contradicting that. I would also say that building a relationship with somebody, just friends, is very important, because like you said, Daniel, you know, we're not necessarily looking for love, but you have to form a friendship like you did to me.
Yeah.
What did you do to I guess, quote unquote, get me to want to be with you. You know, we started off as friends. What is some advice to the people? You know, be yourself. What should they do? Should they act like someone else? Or should they be fake? Should they pretend like someone they're not? What do you think? Give the people some advice, please.
Definitely be yourself. You never want to try and be someone you're not, because I think when you try to be someone you're not, it's very obvious, and it will probably not get you any relationships if that's what you're looking for. So just be yourself. Me personally, I try to make the other person laugh. I try to be funny, sometimes too much.
Yeah, sometimes too much, yeah. Definitely, or it doesn't come off funny. But besides the point, I think being yourself is very important, and it is okay to put yourself out there, and, you know, modest is hottest, so you don't need to dress inappropriate to get someone's attention, guys and girls. Let's be real with that. And I want to end this off with one of the best advice I have ever been given would be, if it does not fulfill God's heart, why should it fulfill yours? So kind of think about that in your mind when looking for a relationship. You know, look at the person and what they're doing. If they're out partying and drinking and doing drugs, do you think that you'd want to meet that person there and then them be dating you later? No, because that would not fulfill God's heart. Why should it fulfill yours? You know, break your heart before it breaks his. So that's where I want to go, kind of stop from there and give you something to think about. Look at the events where you're going, you know, maybe a church group, or anything that involves goodness and good fruits. So let's end it off there. I want to wish you all the best. I hope this advice helped, because I'm sure it will help many people. Let's motivate you to do this. Let's make it happen. If you have any comments or concerns or more questions, feel free to reach out to us on this podcast. And thank you, Daniel, for being so nice and patient with me. I appreciate you being here. Do you have any last things to say?
Yes, I wanted to say one more thing. Remember, guys, go out there and make friends. It doesn't just start off as girlfriend and boyfriend. They have to be your friend first, and then
Exactly.
it goes on from there.
Right.
But remember, don't look for love. Love will come to you.
Yes.
I promise you, it always does.
I agree with that. So, it is a nice Friday afternoon. Thank you so much for being here with us.
You're welcome.
And I wish all of you listening the best. Many prayers and love. Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye, guys.